Welcome back. It is 1679, last year of this decade. In the last one, um, Cameron threatened Thomas. Temperance doesn't know what to do about him. Abigail and Phineas are now dating. Bridget and Thaddeus got married. Timothy and Meredith got engaged. They have a plan for how they're going to get the house. And Pullman is really doing too much. So, for birthdays this year, we have Barney and Enoli becoming toddlers, no 4, 8, or 17. Good and good. Mary is becoming a child, no 13 or 19. That was close. Ruth is becoming a adult, no 2, 6, 11, or 15. Oh. Well. Well. Silence has to get at least a 9. Well. What happened there? I didn't mean to do that. Stop it. Okay, everything's fine. Okay, 1679. Enter. Okay, we have Nyla, who needs to live for 9 more years. What was adult part? Adult part 2 was at least a 9. So Chenoa lives, and then I forget what young adult was for Meredith. Young adult, no 3, 9, or 20. Good. All right. Well, that's that on birthdays. Let me think about what's going to happen with poor Ruth, and let's hop into the game. Alrighty, so here we are in our main household. We are going to evolve the plants. We're doing good. Our garden is thriving. Phineas is having a good time messing around with the plants and learning concoctions and all that stuff. Again, we can't have him actually join the career until he's a young adult, but for right now, this is just fine. He's taking care of the house, like I said, making sure that everything is okay while Gideon works on his own ambitions and everything. So he's being a good brother, although their relationship is deteriorating mostly because they're both mean, and so they keep saying mean things to each other. And so there's that, but they do love each other, even if they, definitely are at each other's throats sometimes. But yeah, so Gideon is working on his own schooling and everything and making that kind of stuff happen. And then actually, hold on, I don't even have my paper in front of me. What am I doing? But yes, so Gideon has noticed, him and Alice I'm going to have her give feedback for his, um, what's it called? Like feedback for his presentation, I guess, whatever it's called. And so they are going to do that and going to make sure that they are able to graduate college. He's able to graduate college. He's helping her get the information. She's a genius, so she's been helping him out a lot. And, one of the things he's noticing is as Phineas just jumped right in with Abigail. He just jumped right in, and he is going to, be with her, and they're already like thinking about getting married. Oh, and then we're having a baby be born. Baby Hobart unfortunately did not survive. So we're going to update that in the family tree and everything, that the baby did not live. But anyway, so he is noticing that Phineas just hopped right in with Abigail. They're immediately super in love, and it's all working out really well. And so that is something that he is struggling with because, he's noticing that him and Alice don't necessarily have that same interaction with each other. So him and Alice, it's all been very about the academics. And so he does want to be with her. He wants to snag her, right? He wants to be with her and wants to make sure that they can get married, and, kind of he can continue to, in a way, um, not mooch off of her, but be able to, you know, have his success with her help. And so, also because of that, he wants to get romantic with her. He wants to propose to her. He wants to be with her. He wants to make sure that, he's locked that down. And also, I think he was a little jealous of Phineas, and how Phineas just so quickly, won Abigail's affections, and how they just were so in love right away and all that stuff. And so that is something that he kind of realized that he was falling behind a little bit all of a sudden with that kind of thing. So he is going to make sure that, um, that Alice is, going to be his wife, and that he is not, he didn't just set up his brother with, um, Abigail, and then all of a sudden they're together, and then he's just like, what? So we are having him do some of his schooling stuff. It is, I am a little worried about his grades, to be honest with you, but we're just going to keep moving forward and see where we go with that. So we'll see. We'll work it into the story no matter what happens. Like, if he's able to graduate, that's great. We'll just keep moving forward. If he's not able to graduate, we'll find something else for him. Maybe there'll be, a reason why he can't graduate, or maybe there'll be, you know, some kind of scandal. Maybe, because he's like, he's not cheating, but he's like kind of a little bit almost cheating by using Alice. So there is that, but we'll see where we go with all that. But yeah, so everyone is doing pretty good. I'm going to invite over Abigail so that Phineas can spend some time with her as well. Um, they are definitely super in love. I love that for them. They are super cute together, and we are very excited about their impending marriage as well. Look at that, a crush. Of course, you have a crush on each other. You're super cute. But yes, so everybody has good feelings for each other, and another baby is being born. That baby also does not survive, baby Waldrick. So, oh, I can't believe it, right? They are just not having any luck in the baby department today, my Sims. So, baby Waldrick has passed away. Did not survive the being born, I guess is the word. So now we're just going to update that, and that was the last baby they were supposed to have anyway. So we are going to just continue with the schoolwork. I know that it's kind of a grind, but I want to make sure he has the best chance he can have in order to graduate. This is the second semester. It only just started, which is tough, but we're just going to move forward with that and then see where we go. So we are going to now just finish up some of his schoolwork for today, and then we'll keep going with our other families. I know that I don't know, some of you like it when we, grind through stuff, others don't. Sometimes we'll do a little bit of this, sometimes we'll do a little bit of that. We'll get through it together. But anyway, we're going to move on to go and see Meredith. So Meredith is, what is Meredith doing? She wants to be with Timothy, and her and Timothy have started coming up with a plan where they are going to get married, and then she's going to be able to, do whatever she wants, and they're going to be able to get the house from Nathaniel and just all this stuff. So what they're going to do is they are going to first, so he just proposed to her in front of Nathaniel, so they know what happened when Thaddeus proposed. So basically, Timothy is going to tell his father, hey, we're going to get married, me and Meredith, we're engaged now. And of course, Nathaniel already starts on his, well, if you're an adult now, you got to get out, blah, blah, blah. So he's focused on that kind of thing. But Meredith is like, don't worry, I have a plan. Her and Timothy are coming up with this plan to be able to inherit the house and everything. So, where is Nathaniel? He's asleep. Okay. But yeah, so she's going to come and talk to Nathaniel in private and basically proposition him. So her and Timothy came up with this plan because Nathaniel is a notorious womanizer. He doesn't really care who he offends. He just, is gross. And so Meredith is basically like, hey, you know, if I marry your son, we could live in this house with you. Hold on. So we're also having a baby. Baby Smith, Clement Smith, did survive. So that is the only baby that survived this year. But anyway, so Meredith is basically like, hey, like if we lived in this house all together, there could be benefits for you. Basically, offering to woohoo in order to get the house. And so they're just planning on, coming to an arrangement where they can keep Nathaniel happy. And then also, he's old, he's an elder. You can see that. Like, he's not going to live much longer. They just got to stick it out long enough to then be able to take the house when it's over, which also is kind of a bad thing to do to Thaddeus, poor Thaddeus, who's not going to get anything. But Timothy and Meredith are kind of, co-conspirators in this stealing of the house from everybody kind of situation. So they have come up with this plan in order to get Nathaniel to let them to stay, which is gross, but it'll work because Nathaniel is gross. Next, we are going to go see Annabelle. So Annabelle is here with the whole community. She did meet Cameron last time, and she, she likes that, men in power, right? She does, because she is, the youngest daughter of a bunch of orphan girls, and she doesn't have a lot going for her, but, Cameron has a lot going for him, and he is the captain. He's, in charge. He's good looking. He's got all these things going for him, and so they kind of became acquainted last time, and then this time they are talking a little bit more, and she starts to tell him about her life, maybe hoping that he kind of takes pity on her and helps her out with some stuff, right? Like, having someone powerful on your side is always a good thing. So she talks to him and she tells him like, oh, my little brother died and it's just me and my sisters and we have no parents and my oldest sister already moved out. And it's reminding him a lot of Elizabeth, because Elizabeth was in a very similar situation where Nathaniel, and then all the sisters were kind of left to fend for themselves and had this crappy brother. And he's just really reminded of that situation with a bunch of, orphan girls who are struggling in this society and everything, and struggling to find a place where they're not being taken advantage of. And so Cameron definitely resonates with that because it reminds him of Elizabeth. It reminds him of, when he first met her, what things were like. And then also, like, he has this hero complex. So he's very much like, oh, maybe I can help. Maybe I can save her, like maybe I can help them. Maybe I can do something that will, help everybody out, and then I can be the hero and all that stuff. He's very much like sees it as an opportunity for himself to kind of make himself feel good by helping the downtrodden. So, oh, there's Ruth. Ruth, you're going to die this year, but she came to see everybody. She's still close to her family, even though she's, moved away. So, ooh, it is dark and stormy. Okay, so next we're going to head over to see Thomas and Temperance. So, Thomas is basically saying to his mother, Temperance is really worried that, she'll lose another child. She's like, Thomas, can't you please just forget about this whole thing? Can't you just leave Charity alone? Like, you're putting yourself and me in danger, and Trinity and Mercy are both already dead, and it's just awful, awful stuff. And so Temperance is basically like, Thomas, please, like, I don't want to lose another child. I don't want this to happen. And Thomas is just doesn't care. Does not care. Everyone in the save is trash right now. But he doesn't care. He's like, no, Charity and I are meant to be. Like, I'm not going to give up on her and all this stuff. And I'll use magic if I have to. And I don't care and blah, blah, blah. And Temperance is just like, seriously, like, she's like, come on. Like, what can I do to make it so that this doesn't, blow up in our faces? So she is definitely struggling with knowing that her son's a piece of crap, and like also just knowing that she failed all of her children. She failed them all, and it's really, really hard for her. So she is struggling with that, and she doesn't want to struggle with that, but she is kind of steeling herself and saying like, okay, I I did this and this is what's going on and there's nothing I can do about it. So what am I going to do about it? How am I going to stop this problem? How am I going to stop my son from doing these things? And like, what am I going to do as a mother to take responsibility for who he has become? So she is going to come over and um, talk to Charity. So she's going to come and she's going to speak to Charity, and she's going to be like, Charity, I know that we don't really know each other very well, but I've seen you around and I know that my son has been giving you trouble and I'd love to have a conversation with you about that. Also, I need to fix this child whose clothes I can't change. Okay. But yes, so she's basically like, look, we need to talk. I need to talk to you about some stuff because this is not good. So, she comes and she talks to Charity, and she's like, look, Charity, I know my son has been giving you a lot of trouble, and I know that, you don't deserve this to be happening to you and everything. I know you're just trying to live your life, and I know that you and Trinity were really close, and I'm sorry that this is all happening. And so she basically just says to her, like, look, you know, it's going to be okay. Like, I'm going to take responsibility for what's going on. I'm going to take responsibility for my son. I'm going to make sure that, he never bothers you again. So you really don't need to worry anymore about any of that. Like, I'm just telling you that, like, it's my word. Like, I'm telling you that I will take care of it and you will never be bothered by him again. So, Temperance is basically, deciding to take action. She has been so passive all of this time, and she is going to take action now because it's important. It's important that she take action and protect, this young woman from, her son. And even though he's her son, she can't condone that behavior, and she can't, um, she can't just be complicit in it, basically. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on with my voice today. I'm sorry. But yeah, so anyway, now we're going to go see Ruth and Pullman. So Pullman actually has been looking around trying to find new people. Like, one of his goals right now is to show that he can be a good leader, and doing that is that he is going to come and meet other communities, other Native American, Indigenous people communities, however you want to say it, and that he is going to, kind of build their network of allies. And so he is going to find a family. Now, if you guys want to upload any Native American families for me, I'd really appreciate it. I kind of had to make these ones on the fly. I couldn't really find any in my hashtag, so I did my best. I'm not good at Create a Sim, but I did my best. So this is the, what last name did I give them? Oiakta family. So the family is a father and mother, Samoset and Nita, and they have two kids. What is his name? Tatanka, and Tallulah. And then Tatanka is married to Maka, and they have one child, a son named Tawa. So that is the family. I'm sorry, pronunciations are so bad for me. What's so like funny is that I like write stuff down and then I do the recordings and I try to say it out loud for the very first time, and I'm like, oh, I never tried to say this out loud before. But yeah, so that is a new family that they are meeting, and that they are getting to know each other a bit, and he's kind of bringing them back and introducing them to people and kind of trying to, schmooze them, trying to get allies out of them. So he definitely wants to do that, where he can get that not attention, but like get them to be allies with us and stuff. And so, oh, I was like, who is that? That's Winona. But yeah, so he is definitely trying to show that he has what it takes, I guess, in order to meet these new people and expand their network. So we are going to have them all chatting with each other, getting to know each other, trying to meet and negotiate, what they can do for each other. Everyone wants to get something out of something, right? And so he is feeling pretty good about his progress here and his ability to, get people on their side. So he is feeling really good about that. And then I think we're just going to say that Ruth had a health condition that she passed away from. Nothing serious, just kind of something that she didn't even know she had, and then all of a sudden she passed away. So um, that's what we're going to say for Ruth. It doesn't have to be anything complicated, it doesn't have to be some plot. Sometimes people just pass away, and so unfortunately she is not going to survive, which is really quite a bummer, but it's probably for the best considering how her husband is. Yeah, dealing with her husband is not. I mean, not that she probably she really loved him. It's very sad that, I mean, he did love her back. It's not like he didn't love her, but um, they're just doing their best here. So I don't know where I was going with that, honestly. um, but yeah, so we are going to do some birthday stuff next. Let's see. Yeah, so they're having this party, they're getting to know each other, and then we're gonna do some birthday stuff. So um, that's them, and then we're going to also kill silence. So birthdays are Barnabas Hobart becoming a toddler, Anoli Waldrick becoming a toddler, Mary Dubois becoming a child, Ruth Waldrick passing away, Silence Waldrick passing away, Meredith Johnson becoming a young adult. The new family we added, and then Clement Smith being born. So the other babies did not survive, but he did. So that is what's going on there. Clement is a little redheaded baby. I love that for him. So that's very exciting. But yeah, so anyway, that will really be it for today. It is the last decade, last year of the decade. So next time we'll have a recap video, and then let's see what is going on next year. Nothing super exciting. No birthdays that are crazy, but obviously I will have drama for you available. So don't you worry about that for a second. I'm always here to provide the drama. But yes, no birthdays next year. It's 1682 that the boys are going to age up into young adults. So that's what we're going to get to when it comes. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this part, and I'll catch you in the next one.